Oh yeah. And so begins another confusing episode. Good evening. My name's Bill. You're watching Bill's Box of Sound. And I want to thank you for stopping by tonight. On this Saturday night, we're popping off and mau-mauing our way all the way to the 11 o'clock hour, or whatever time it is in your time zone. And it's good to have you folks there. I already see 14 people in the room. Pardon me, but that's wonderful. Okay, you know what comes next. I see a lot of you normal Box of Sounders in here tonight, so let's get that Diet Coke a-rumbling. Get the microphone on the head. Yeah. Oh, pour it in, pour it in. It's delicious, it's nutritious. Well, not very nutritious, but you know, we like it. We like it. And here we are on YouTube and Twitch, talk about music, talking about fun things. I, personally, am freaking exhausted because I've had a very, 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 very busy day. But I'm still here for you folks because I got great stuff to talk about. Even though there's not a lot of things, there are some really good things to talk about tonight. So, yeah, first of all, let's say hello to some of you gorgeous weirdos out there in the chat room. Paul Ayers, there he is. And Michael P. Dawson doing the bop-bop-bop-bop-bop-bop-bops. I've got one of your videos up in one of my tabs on my browser right now. And I really got, Mr. Dawson, I have to give it up for you. You've used a title I've been dying to use ever since you know who used it. Check out Michael P. Dawson's most recent video, his usual VC Friday video, but he called the one this week, and I just love this title, and kudos to him for using it before I did. The name of his video is "It's the Stupid Music." Yes. Ever since I saw that title used with different wording in what I believe to be kind of the wrong way, well, I wanted to make a video and call it "It's the Stupid Music" because I love stupid music. I love smart music too, but and it's a very simple idea to love music and to make it enrich your life in many ways. So, and this program's going all around the world, okay? No matter where you are. In the United States of America, which is great and getting less good by the day, and to our music-loving friends all around the world, Canada, Mexico, UK, Belgium, Japan, Denmark. We got lots of countries that tune in. New Zealand, Australia. It's wonderful. We just love to share our love of music. So that's very cool. Anyway, what's new with Paul? I've been digging the new IQ album, Dominion. Great prog rock. I've heard the band IQ. Didn't grab me, but you never know. Okay, what else did he say? Also, he got his Rush 50 boxed set, and it's wonderful. Yeah, those Rush fans, very crazy about that stuff. Very happy about that stuff. And Memphis Lonnie is a son of a bitch. Now you're messing with a son of a bitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Mr. Ridley. Yes, good evening. Charlie Anderson. Yes, indeed. Hello, Lynn Halley. Hello, North Carolina vinyl picker. Now wait just a goddamn picking minute here. We got somebody calling themselves Pete Hegseth in the chat room. Have we been hacked? Let's see. For target identified, enemy location confirmed. MSL strike approved Sunday 0900. Well, you better watch your P's and Q's, Mr. Hegseth, or I'm going to have to block you, okay? We're going to send a terrible signal out to you. Oh, hilarious. What is this, Greg? Greg, what the heck? You deserve some noises for this. Wait. All right, yes. Special noise. Look, what the heck? A super chat for $25. Oh my God. Your place or mine. Your place or mine. Your place or mine. Your place or mine. Yes. Thank you so much. I'll do nice things if you give me money. All right. Dallas Kelly says, wrong chat. Oh, crazy. All right. And let's see here. Okay. So Paul, he's going to go watch the Dodgers. No problem. You go and do that. All right. We'll be talking about some new acquisitions to the record collection in just a moment. But we've got something important, something I've been meaning to talk about for a long time. But you know what? It just wasn't right to talk about it because it wasn't official. But if you are a Frank Zappa fan and you are signed up for the mailing list from Universal Music to get information and updates on the Zappa catalog, well, maybe you saw it. There was an email that came out a couple days ago, and if you scroll down to the end, you would have seen something that looks like this. What does that say? It says Frank Zappa's Cheaper Than Cheap. Yeah, there is now officially a new Zappa release in the works. We do not have the official date as to when it's coming out. Now, give me a second here. Let's see. Nope. I want to share the screen with that. Okay. So, folks have been posting about this for about, I think, almost 2 months now. Ever since somebody in some part of the world leaked a whole bunch of information about what is supposed to be a brand new Frank Zappa release. And it wasn't official yet. Not ready to be released, okay? I know that Zappa fans, we are all ravenous for any unreleased Frank Zappa material. I feel it. I'm here. And let's see. You're on the FZ mailing list and you didn't get that? Let me see if I can find the title of the email. Let me go to my email list here. Actually, I got it here. Okay. It was sent on March 27th, which was 2 days ago. And the title, it came from, it said from Frank Zappa. And the title of the email was Spring into the March Zappaverse. Dive into a month of wild celebration. It's got a picture of Frank live on stage playing his SG. Has happy 51st birthday to Apostrophe. As you keep on going down, it's got the coming soon. Frank Zappa's Cheaper Than Cheap. Also, there's a thing about tonight's One Shot Deal show. which One Shot Deal plays a Zappa. That is the band featuring Ben Thomas on vocals, horns, and guitar. The lovely and very, very talented Sheila Gonzalez playing keys and sax and singing. In this band, she also plays in Dweezil's band. Max Road on bass, Jamie Kime on guitar, Matt Road on keys, Billy Hulting on mallets and percussion, and our friend, the one, the only, the Vaultmeister himself, great guy, Joe Travers on drums. Playing at the Grape, not the Chest, the Grape. That's right. Broken hearts are not for assholes in this town. But you go to the Grape, you're going to see One Shot Deal. You're going to hear some expertly played Frank Zappa music. And so there's also a thing at the end of that email that says you can click to vote for your favorite Ruth Underwood song in honor of International Women's Month. A loud, reverberating salute to one of the true female legends of the Zappaverse, percussionist Ruth Underwood. You've got a little reminder about the Apostrophe 50th Anniversary video series on YouTube. Some new Frank Zappa t-shirts that you can pick up. Also a flashback to the Zappacast, episode number 14, the Dookie Cast, which came out right after the wonderful George Duke had passed away. So that is the email I'm talking about. If you don't have it, go to Zappa.com, and when that pop-up comes, get your email address in there and sign up. You should be getting updates to the Zappa newsletter. I'm trying to see, is there a way that I can send this to friends and stuff like that? I don't know. I'll see what I can do, Greg, really. But let's get back here. All right. So, yeah, back to this thing here, the cheaper than cheap, okay? There are also universal websites around the world, but most notably one in Spain that that show different sort of versions of whatever this cheaper than cheap thing is. Right there. Working in a mirror, folks. But the rumors are that it's going to be records, it's going to be CDs, it's going to be video. I'm not completely sure because I don't have all the details yet myself. But we do know that something called Cheaper Than Cheap is going to be released, and soon, as I get more details, I will talk about them. So that is very exciting news indeed. So, back to that. Okay, and let's see what else is going on here. Oh, Charlie Anderson picked up the 2 new Rhino Hi-Fi titles plus the McCartney Half-Speed this week. And I'm guessing that you're talking about the Wings, Venus and Mars 50th anniversary. Okay. Alembic 65 says, always thought Zappa stopped playing live in 88. But was surprised this week to find on YouTube a pair of live videos from 1991 in Europe on guitar. There was an appearance in Czechoslovakia, and that was his last live guitar solo. So there you go. Let's see. Paul says, Paul from the Shoegaze Collective hideout in Coalinga, California. After your stream tonight, I am going to grab the vinyl of Meh from your Bandcamp page. Would you sign it for me? Yes, indeed, Paul. You know what? I'm going to... when you order it, I believe there is an option to send a note to me. You can do that, but I'm going to write down Paul Lopez right now. Yes. And I'm going to sign. There we go. All right. Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. And let's see. Michael P. Dawson says that he suspects the pre-order info on the Spanish website is premature/incorrect. They actually showed two different versions of the deluxe box on different pages. Yeah, I was a little leery about that myself, so that's why I'm not taking it as the truth, okay? And so, I, I checked with the powers that be to make sure that the information on that Frank Zappa newsletter that was emailed to me was correct and is official, and I'm allowed to talk about it. So, and I'm very happy about that. So, gotta have it. All right. Last week, I told you folks that I put out a brand new video, and this is on my regular YouTube channel, about single record live albums and the art of the single live album. And I asked people to, in the comments of that video, suggest other one record live albums that would be good to put up for volume 2, and especially stuff in the jazz idiom. And one of them was there was a suggestion from my very good friend, guy that I've known probably longer than most anybody else on this planet, Kevin Hart, from Wyoming, and he suggested "Mercy, Mercy, Mercy" by Cannonball Adderley. And while I have no doubt that that's a great album, I didn't have it at the time. But Cannonball Adderley has several live records out that are single records. And my favorite one, well, I'll go grab it. Hang on. I'm making some noises here. Where are my Cannonball Adderley records? Here we go. Yeah, my personal favorite of the Cannonball Adderley albums that I have, and I just pulled out the wrong one. Let's see. Here it is. With his brother Nat on the front cover on the Riverside label. I believe this was in the late 50s. Cannonball Adderley Quintet in San Francisco, featuring Nat Adderley. Recorded live at the Jazz Workshop. Fantastic. But I said that's my favorite, but I wanted to check it out. So I found a copy. Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. Live at the Club. Notice the quotation marks. Listen to this last night. It's a solid album. It was very popular when it came out in the mid-'60s. And, of course, has the song Mercy, Mercy, Mercy with Joe Zawinul on Wurlitzer electric piano. And I was researching this a little bit. And if you read the liner notes on the back of this record, it says that it was recorded live in Chicago. Hang on here. Come on, you. Doesn't want to move. It says it was recorded live in Chicago at the, let's see, where's the club? Club de Lisa, one of the swinginest spots in Chicago's South Side. It was shut down for a while, and it was reopened. And 5 nights with Cannonball Adderley, Nat Adderley, Joe Zawinul, and the other musicians in the quintet played their first stand for us, the first of many. So they say, well, we got the Capitol recording crew in there, and we recorded a show, and it is presented to you within. But the actual fact, and the reason why there are quotation marks around the club, is because this was actually recorded in a Hollywood recording studio. But it was live, and there was an audience there, and you can hear them on there. They brought people in by invitation. They had an open bar, and because it was in a recording studio and they mic'd everything else right, this sounded great. So, really nice. Really nice. Checked it out. So, more of that stuff's coming out. Let's see, what am I missing here? Ba 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 ba. Let's see. Memphis Line, I saw an email that said it comes out on May 9th in 4 different versions. I saw something on Facebook that talked about all these different versions and stuff like that. Hello, Wastoid Radio or Wastoid Radio or something radio, whatever. I used to know a guy named Steve Wainstead who had a show called Wainstead All Night. Anyway, and just learned the Sun Ra Orchestra plays here in Cleveland in June. Hey, Alan Bick, you got to show yourself to me. You gotta message me on Facebook or something so I know who you are. Let's see. Sun Ra Orchestra plays Cleveland in June. Really hope with 100-year-old Marshall Allen. Yeah, who's putting out his first solo album. That's awesome. He's 100 years old. He's been playing with the Sun Ra Orchestra most of his life, and he's putting out his first solo album. That's freaking amazing and wonderful. But anyway, it says here, Michael says, I'm pretty sure Marshall doesn't travel anymore, but he'll be there in spirit. Oh, yeah, he will. Also, if you don't know about it and you're into Sun Ra, check out the NPR Tiny Desk concert of Sun Ra and the orchestra. It's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Yes, indeed. So, what other new record did you get this week, Bill? I got one other new record. Oh, wait. 2. One I've listened to, one I haven't. But let's talk about the one that I have listened to first. It's this one right here. The brand new Steven Wilson album called The Overview. And here it is. There's the gatefold. There's a back. There's a front. And I've been listening to this a lot this week. I'm going to... I hope to make a separate video review about this album because when I first heard it, it was like, okay, yeah, that's another Steven Wilson album. You know, I've come to expect this kind of stuff. You know, very progressive, all in the mold of progressive, but this album's a little different. Because a good friend of mine who is also into progressive music, I started talking to him again after not seeing him for about 20 years. And he was trying to turn me on to all these brand new progressive bands. And he lent me a whole bunch of CDs, and I listened to each and every one of them. But the thing that bothered me is with every single one that I put on, I could say, oh, here's where they're trying to emulate Yes. And, oh, here's where they're trying to emulate Genesis. And here's where they're trying to emulate Jethro Tull. And here's where they're trying to emulate Pink Floyd. And then they would switch to another part of the song, and it would go to a different part that reminded you of a different song by one of these bands. Like, okay, this is definitely their Cinema Show thing, and this is definitely their Siberian Khatru thing, and this is definitely their middle bit of Thick as a Brick. It's pretty amusing. Oh, and here, okay. There's the mandolin and the recorder there. Okay, yeah. See, there's that little Gentle Giant motif happening there. So yeah, I get it. It goes into a mold, and Needle Drop, Anthony Fantano, he's been reviewing the last few Steven Wilson albums. And he's been saying, yeah, he's a progressive music pioneer from Porcupine Tree, and then you hear that little as he does that, and he says, you know, it's very ambitious music, but it just all fits into the same old progressive mold. Nothing new. On Steven's last few albums, I mean, starting with what was it called? Hang on, I'm gonna have to pull it out. No, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm gonna take the elevator one floor down here because that's where the records are. See if I can find a couple of Steven Wilson records. Let's see, W. Let's see. Oh, we're getting close. Okay. Oh, I think I found them. I think I got a couple of them right here in my hot little hands. Let's pull them out. Pull them out. Pull them out. No, not Reuben Wilson. Steven Wilson. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. All right. Two albums that I do have. Let me press this button, go up again. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. I keep on forgetting the name of this record. This album kicked my ass. I love it. The Future Bites. Man, what a well put together record. And then there's let's see, this is let's see. I forget which number Steven Wilson album this was, but then there was the previous Steven Wilson album, which is the Harmony Codex. I got that. And this was a Steven Wilson album number 7. And this new one is number 8, okay? But he's definitely still in the progressive mold, but he doesn't follow anybody else's lead. He's doing his own stuff. So look forward to a review of this saying all that I said here and more. If you do have this, or if you're thinking about getting this, highlight of the album is on side 1, Objects Meanwhile, with the lyrics written by the one and only Andy Partridge of XTC. And that is a definite highlight on that album. Okay? All right. All right. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's see. Oh, wait. People are talking about single live albums. Jeff Magnum's live at Jittery Joe's. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do-do-do-do-do. I love it. You folks are conversing amongst each other in the chat room. Anyway, the other album I got, and I got to pull this out so I can give it to you in context. There is a brand new album, just came out within the past week, from the one and only Branford Marsalis and his quartet, called Belonging. 2-record set on Blue Note. And it is a tribute and a reworking of this little album right here, also called Belonging, by Keith Jarrett, with Jan Garbarek, Pelle Danielson, and John Christensen. A great jazz album on ECM, which came out in 1983, I believe. No, 1974. What am I talking about? It came out 51 years ago. And that album's been a favorite of mine for many, many years. I've had that copy since the late 70s. Anyway, this album is not just a tribute to it. It's a track-for-track reworking of all those tunes, spread out over 2 LPs, and I'm really interested to hear how these guys do this. This is with his quartet, which has Joey Calderazzo on piano, Eric Rivas on bass, and Justin Faulkner on drums. Very excited to hear this. Branford Marsalis, Belonging. So that's the new stuff I got. Let's see. Is there anything else I got in this bin? Nope, nothing else new I got this past week. So yeah, there wasn't that much going on. I've had a very busy day because nice weather here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. We finally got a day where the temperature was around 70 degrees or more, and I took it upon myself. We had the family over, and I completely cleaned out the gas grill, and we had ourselves some wonderful grilled food. We had some Italian sausage, some hamburgers, some hot dogs, the usual stuff. And I was going to caramelize an onion to put on top of those burgers, but one thing ran into another, and I didn't get to do all the cooking I wanted to, but had a great time. And great conversation with my family afterwards. My son-in-law and I, mostly my son-in-law, fixed some broken drawers in our cabinetry in the kitchen because the soft close stopped working. And he says, I fixed those before. So he showed me what was wrong and how to fix them, and I assisted him with that. And that's fantastic. So, yeah, all in all, a great day. Very, very exhausting, but a wonderful day. All right. So let's take a look here. Oh, I like this this here from Mr. Wayside Radio. There is a problem with derivativeness in modern releases. The shoegaze scene is a bunch of teens trying to be My Bloody Valentine. Man, ain't that the truth? I agree completely. And North Carolina Vinyl Picker looks like he's got the new Steven Wilson album. He loves it. He's going to go see him in September. Yep, he's going to be performing in the Cleveland area as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go see him or not. But yeah, very, very nice. Okay, what other stuff do we want to talk about? You know what? If DJ Trish was in the chat room, and you never know, she may be in there. She would ask me to do a random pick. Or, as Mikey Bananas from Grown Man Record Night would say, a blind stab. He did a solo show last night. It was a lot of fun. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my computer to pick a random number between 1 and 5,200 because that's everything I have in my database. So let me do that. Got ye old phone here. And I'm going to go here and say, give me a random number between 1 and 5,200.
2,633.
Did you hear that? 2,633. So let's go to the database and I will grab that album. Let's see. 2,633. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Okay. So it's in the M's, M-A, let's see. Do I have it here or do I have it in the other part of the room? No, other part of the room. It's over there. Hang on. Okay. Don't go away. I'm still here. Here it is. All right. Okay, here's an album that I have in my collection, but I'm going to be brutally honest. I cannot remember the last time I listened to it, and I can't really say that I am familiar with it. This is in the Pink Floyd family, and it is, let's see, Nick Mason and Rick Fenn and their album Profiles, which came out in the year 1985. And let's see here. Now, it says here that it is a release on, on Columbia, and it is Columbia record. Yeah, so I'm going to have to listen to this one soon. Hey, Thumbfinger! Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. What the heck? All right. Yeah, that color scheme is, yeah, you're right. The color scheme is very 1985. Now, what's really bizarre, I know that I got this when I was doing a lot of writing about music for Scene Magazine in Cleveland. And for some bizarre reason, there is a bio in here from the group ABC. Was this for their first album? Let's see, their earliest incarnation. Oh, and then here's a bio for Nick Mason and Rick Fenn. But why do we have a bio for this? Let's see. This actual bio goes inside of ABC's album, How to Be a Zillionaire, which I've got way over there in the A's. But, yeah. It says here, it's a rare occasion when one of rock's great conceptual talents, namely Mick Mason of Pink Floyd, gets the opportunity to combine craft and preoccupation. In the case of Profiles, his second solo album, and his first full-scale collaboration with Rick Fenn of 10cc, not one of the original members of 10cc, mind you, Mason has managed to incorporate his love of music with his love of motorsports, a professional family endeavor since childhood. So the roots of Profiles are found in the half-hour film short for British cinema/TV called Life Could Be a Dream, in which Nick's interest in motorsports are documented both in relation to the event of racing itself as well as the bigger picture of Nick and Pink Floyd. See the details of Nick's motoring background, which will follow. So I'm not going to go with that, but then it goes in and talks about Nick's past in Pink Floyd. Also talks about him producing the album Green for Steve Hillage. Also, he produced Music for Pleasure by The Damned. And he also played on ex-Soft Machine drummer and multi-instrumentalist Robert Wyatt, his album Rock Bottom. And also produced the top 30 single of I'm a Believer, the Monkees' Neil Diamond song. Anyway, also Nick played and produced Michael Mantler's first ECM album in 1983. So, yeah, I am guilty of not listening to this album for the past 40-some years. So, It's going on the stack of stuff to listen to. Kevin, good to see you. Talked about you earlier, and I talked about you because where is it? I had it on a second ago. Throwing these records all over the place, making a big mess. It's all mixed up. It was a big mess. Big mess. He was a. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. And yeah, it's a good album. But it wasn't recorded in a Chicago club. It was recorded in a studio in Hollywood. But watch the beginning of the show. You'll find out. All right, so I feel that I shortchanged you guys on that random pick. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it do this again. So, I'm going to say, give me a random number between 1 and 5,200, and it's going to say, it's not going to say it. I'll just show it to you. 1,615. Okay, so let's zoom to that in the old database. Oh, 1,615. There we go. Oh, okay, this is going to be fun. This definitely will be fun. Trish, you're just in time. I was talking about you, and I said if DJ Trish was here, she would ask me to pull a random record out of the collection. I already did it. It's a record I haven't listened to for 40 years, and I don't even remember it. So I'm putting it on the stack of stuff to listen to. But it's told me to pick record number 1,615, and that would be a 12-inch single by Peter Gabriel. Let's go pick it out here. I'll pick out most of the stuff that's in that general area. Let's see. Okay. And there. And here. Okay. All right, folks. I just pulled out a big slice of Peter Gabriel here. And Lonnie's trying to help me out by giving me other numbers. Fantastic. Anyway, all right. So, the pick, which is this 12-inch single here for Biko, which I bought. It was originally a promo, but I bought it someplace. It generated with this album here, Peter Gabriel's third album, the Melt album. And Biko was the last song on it. It's a song about Stephen Biko. And I'm just going to show you the other records that I have in that area. Let's see. I've got I Don't Remember. I got a copy of the fourth Peter Gabriel album, Security, with a QX2 pressing. I've also got a copy of that album recorded and sung in German. And then I got Peter Gabriel Plays Live. I've got a 2-record 12-inch single of I Don't Remember, which is really weird stuff. And then, at long last, Biko. So, now some people know Biko as just a cool song. But Stephen Biko was a South African anti-apartheid activist. And I'm going to cheat and look at Wikipedia here. He ideologically was an African nationalist and an African socialist. He was at the forefront of a grassroots anti-apartheid campaign known as the Black Consciousness Movement during the late 60s and 70s. His ideas were articulated in a series of articles published under the pseudonym Frank Talk. And let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, he was an activist through when he was a student, and fought for black rights, liberalism, black consciousness activities, and then they started banning his works. And in 1977, he broke his banning order by traveling to Cape Town, hoping to meet Unity Movement leader Neville Alexander and deal with the growing dissent in the Western Cape branch of the BCM, which was dominated by Marxists. And they drove to the city with his friend Peter Jones, and Alexander refused to meet with Biko, and Biko and Jones drove back to King Williamstown, but they were stopped by a police roadblock, and one thing or another, Biko died. He was killed. So, to find more about it, read about Steve Biko. But the rights of everybody are important. So, yes. So, you need a good laugh. Throw on the music video for Steam. Yeah, that's a good one. Almost as funny as the Sledgehammer video. Let's see. Do you have your music on Discogs? All you do is put Discogs in a collection and then shake your phone. It will show you one. Pretty cool, says North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Yeah, there's a problem with that, okay? My Excel spreadsheet I have been working on since, at the very least, 1990. That list is a lot more complete. In my Discogs discography, I only have 2,609 records. So yeah, I know you can just go in there and click something and pick out a random record. But that would be shortchanging you folks, and I don't want to do that. I appreciate the tip. All right, so since Lonnie was being helpful, it says pick out number 784. I don't know, maybe he's been in my collection. He's been playing around with it. 784, I'll pull that quickly before I end the show. 784. All right, I'll pull out that one, even though I'd much rather pull out the one after it, but I'll be true to this. Number 784. In the letter C, here we go. Yeah, not the proudest record that I have, but that's not the worst. This is pretty cool. The Climax Blues Band with their album Gold Plated, which, I don't know if you all remember the Climax Blues Band with Peter Haycock on guitars, vocals, and bass, Colin Cooper on sax, guitar, and vocals, Richard Jones on keyboards, guitars, and vocals, Derek Holt on Fender Jazz and precision bass, John Cuffley on drums and percussion. This album had a hit song called Couldn't Get It Right. Kept on looking for a sign in the middle of the night, but I couldn't get it right. God, I couldn't get it right. Yeah. So Yeah, that's the hit off of this album. So there's the other songs that were on there. Choosing Change. I think I remember that one. But yeah, the hit was Couldn't Get It Right. First song on side two. Do, 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 bow, bow, bow. So that is the last random record of the evening. And I really have enjoyed the recommendations for live albums. One I had received as a used record a couple months ago, but I never cleaned it up. Somebody wanted me to look at this, so I pulled it out. Live Ryman by Paul Simon. This came out in 1974, and this is these versions are real serious reworkings of a lot of his big hits, not just the solo hits, but the Simon and Garfunkel hits as well. I had never taken a full listen to this album, and this is pretty darn good. Yeah, good enough. So that's about it. We got 5 minutes left. I'm not taking any other requests. No, 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 no cameras, please. I told him no cameras. But I'm gonna try and do that review of the new Steven Wilson. I'm gonna listen to the new Branford Marsalis, and and Lonnie is blowing us away with his knowledge here. You went to college, dude. The College of Music, the College of Life. So, I'm going to crank the synth back up. And next week I'm going to do a recap of what's going to be offered for Record Store Day, because Record Store Day is 2 weeks from today. That's right. Next week it'll be April the 5th, and then April 12th is Record Store Day. So I want to see if there's been any changes. I might also go into the UK Record Store Day listing to see what stuff they've got that the US isn't going to have. And whatever other fun things that I can find to talk about. Maybe we'll get some information on the new Zappa release, other than the fact that it's going to be called Cheaper Than Cheap. Maybe yes, maybe no. If it's out and it's official, I will talk about it. But besides that, give love to everybody. I'm very happy that you stopped by. I really do appreciate you stopping by. Greg, I can't thank you enough for the super chat. Love you, dude. So, all right, what am I going to do? I'm going to turn on that old synthesizer, which is covered by a biography of the group ABC for their album How to Be a Zillionaire. Dollars, pounds. And what I really do want you to do is stay tuned for your local news. But except on the West Coast. But you might not even want to watch the news because of what's been happening lately with the news. Yeah. So the news is pretty bleak. But go read some news about music. Go and listen to some music. That's the best thing to do, is listen to some music. It'll make you feel better. If you're feeling bad, you can soak yourself in music and just not feel so horrible about everything. So, yeah, folks, thanks again. Hit that like button, okay? Because I like you. Please like me. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I had a great time. I hope you did too. And let's crank up that old synthesizer. Once again, thank you all for stopping by. Most likely, I'll see you next week. Hey, Pete Hegseth is in there again. Get out of here. Get out of here. Spaghetti Lee, good to see you. You should have stopped by earlier. And yeah, I talked all about cheaper than cheap. Ich bin maroon. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.